All right, guys. So we got to talk about a video that is a prime example of weak men create hard times. As the video includes Yoel Roth in a discussion at the Knight Foundation, in which he is discussing his perspective on what happened at Twitter after Elon Musk took over. Now, during this discussion, Yoel Roth, who was the former head of safety and trust at Twitter, basically explains why he thought that accounts like Libs of TikTok and the Babylon Bee were dangerous, right? It was dangerous for those accounts to be allowed on the platform. And I want to go ahead and play the clip and then we're going to talk about it. Take a look.
Okay, Babylon Bee, which is what got him to buy the thing, I think.
That's the
one which was not particularly funny. The Babylon Bee's Man of the Year is Rachel Levine. Not funny.
Yeah. And you can ask
I didn't agree they should have taken that down, but go ahead.
You know, it's interesting. It's interesting to think about what the competing tensions around that are. And I want to start by acknowledging that the targeting and the victimization of the trans community on Twitter is very real, very life-threatening, and extraordinarily serious. We have seen from a number of Twitter accounts, including Libs of TikTok notably, that there are orchestrated campaigns that particularly are singling out a group that is already particularly vulnerable within society. And so, yeah, not only is it not funny, but it is dangerous, and it does contribute to an environment that makes people unsafe in the world. So let's start from a premise that it's fucked up. But then, again, let's look at what Twitter's written policies are. Twitter's written policies prohibit misgendering, full stop. And the Babylon Bee, in the name of satire, misgendered Admiral Rachel Levine. Twitter,
Satire.
nominally, but it's still misgendering.
Okay.
And, you know, there can be a very long and academic discussion of satire and sort of the lines there. Interestingly, Apple tried to tease out this question of satire and political commentary in their own guidelines, which I think are also fraught. But, you know, we landed on the side of enforcing our rules as written.
And that's how it got bought by Elon Musk, just in case you're interested. He was mad about that. I remember that.
Yeah, so I want y'all to understand, right? Again, this is a prime example of weak men create hard times. Because this man is weak, okay, because he is far left, because he is woke, because he feels like words are harmful to people, right? He went out of his way to ban satire, because he thinks that there's an attack on the trans community, right? And that is particularly dangerous for them, right? Not dangerous for anybody else that, you know, people go after, like, for example, whites, okay? Like, you know, how many times do you see on Twitter people talking about white supremacy this, white supremacy that? Those people never get banned, right? Not dangerous at all, right? But if you misgender somebody or something like that, you know, if you just simply put out there the things that the transgender community is putting on the internet themselves, like Liz and TikTok, apparently that's dangerous. So again, satire and reposting content from the left is dangerous, right? Again, according to people like Yoel Roth. Again, this is why it was no surprise that through Elon Musk's Twitter files, you saw that a lot of the requests from the Democrat Party, the DNC, the Biden team, were being fulfilled more than requests from, for example, the Republican Party, because allegedly both parties made these requests to censor content. But because Twitter is filled with leftists, right, that leftist ideology is what drove their censorship. Okay, it drove the censorship policies. Because again, the whole misgendering thing, it is literally a leftist ideology. That's what it is. Nobody else believes in that except them. Okay, it is a leftist worldview that they're trying to throw under the umbrella of hate when it's not. And in my opinion, punishing people for misgendering is actually hate towards people who don't align with gender ideology. You're forcing people to accept something that simply is just not true, right? You're forcing people to go against reality for the sake of people's feelings. And if, again, you want to go down that path that's going to lead us to a very, very, very crazy world, right? An upside down world. That's not where I want to go. Okay. And people shouldn't be forced to accept another person's reality that is actually not the real reality that we are living in, right? But again, what you have here is you have people who believe that anything that doesn't go along with the left or the left's narrative is somehow dangerous, right? If it doesn't go along with the progressive worldview, it is dangerous. And that is why they censored content, right? They censored content in a way that was favorable towards the progressive and the liberal worldview. And there's no doubt in my mind that this type of censorship goes on at all the big tech companies, and they're all slanted to the left. And the more and more stuff that comes out, guys, the more I'm literally like, wow, where would our country be if everything was just even, right? It doesn't even need to be slanted to the right. It just needs to be even, okay? Because right now, everything is slanted in a far left progressive direction. If it was just simply even, if you level the playing field, I can only imagine how different our country would be in the sense that I don't think Democrats would be able to win, right? Democrats would not be able to win, right? Like, for example, I mean, again, you got the mainstream liberal media slanted in direction of Democrat Party, right? You got social media, big tech slanted in direction of Democrat Party. You got woke corporate America slanted in direction of Democrat Party. Literally, all the major institutions in our country are slanted in the left of the Democrat Party, and they can barely win in Congress, right? I mean, they're going to have a majority in the Senate, but it's probably going to be 50-50 or 51, depending on this Herschel Walker race. And then Republicans took back the House. Again, this is with everything slanted in their direction. Everything. Just imagine if the mainstream liberal media was just simply the legacy media, right? Or the mainstream media, it was balanced, okay? Imagine social media was balanced. Imagine if woke corporate America was balanced, or at the very least stayed out of politics, right? That would be the best case scenario. Democrats would never be able to win. And this is why they have to go so hard to try to rig the system, right? In regards to, again, big tech, in regards to the media, in regards to corporations. This is why they go so hard to rig the system, because they know that their ideas can't win. They don't stand up to public scrutiny. They just don't. And the backlash against accounts like Libs and TikTok is a prime example of that. You just simply repost extremist content from the left and they lose their minds. Well, why is that? It's because the left knows that that's not popular. It's not popular when society sees that, oh, these people believe in transitioning kids and all types of crazy stuff, thousands of genders, and, again, super crazy stuff, right? That, in my opinion, if these people were serious about safety, right, of these individuals, they would censor the individuals themselves who post this crazy stuff, right? The actual originators of the content creators, a lot of these transgender people, because it seems like they're a danger to themselves, right? They're a danger to themselves. But it's only dangerous, though, when a right-winger takes the content and they repost it, right? It's only dangerous then, but they're not a danger to themselves for posting the content and believing the crazy things that they believe. Interesting how that works. I'm just saying. When you put the craziness of the left out there to the world, they panic because they know that, hey, people don't actually really agree with us like that. And this is why they try to smear any type of criticism of it, because that way people are forced to kind of go along with something that they don't agree with, right? Because if you don't agree with it, they label you as hateful or a bigot or a transphobe or whatever, and it's dangerous. And it's just like, it's like a gag, right? Like, you got to shut your mouth. You can't say anything about it, or else, again, you're, all these things. You're all these labels. Again, I'm just saying, the more that we have that comes out about what was going on at Twitter really does make me think about where would our country be if everything wasn't just so clearly in favor of the left, right? If simply everything was neutral. our country would be in a much different place. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.